Hello, everyone. I'm David Ringstrom, a CPA in Atlanta, and welcome to Excel Agility Chart Speed Tips. We're going to be focusing on using charts more effectively in Microsoft Excel. Charts can be one of those areas where you use charts just often enough that you never quite feel like you master the technique, or there are just nuances to the charts that can cause you some frustration. And so hopefully by the end of our time together today, you'll have better tools in your toolbox to use charts in Excel more effectively. A phrase I coined a number of years ago is either you work Excel or it works you, and I'll show you a number of ways, a number of areas with charts in particular, where charts can end up, if we don't know the tricks, we can end up doing more work than necessary to add additional data to those charts or just to present data in chart form there. The presentation is designed to be interactive. Looks like I'm missing a slide here. I usually have a slide that has my email address and so on. But anyway, it is designed to be interactive. I do encourage your questions as we go through the material today. Some of the best learning comes from your questions, so don't hesitate to chime in with any question, as many questions as you like. I can generally field all those during the presentation. If I do get asked something that maybe I can't answer in the moment, then I will invite you to email me your question. I'll be happy to respond to it after the presentation as well. So here to get you the support that you need in Microsoft Excel. As Isaac mentioned, there will be 6 polling questions, so do be sure to respond to all of those. Most of those are written such that they will give me some feedback on everyone's experience with regard to different aspects of Excel. Now, actually, I know what's happened here. I can fix this here. I had some slides that were hidden. That's what happened here. Let's see. All right, so there's that slide that got in the wrong spot there. In any case, the presentation is designed to be interactive. Many times the questions don't arise during the presentation. It's maybe later on down the road that you're trying these techniques on your own spreadsheets that those questions do arise. So do feel free to reach out by email down the line as well. I'm always happy to respond to email questions from anyone that's attended one of my presentations. The questions don't have to be limited just to today's material. It does help me to see where folks are getting stuck in Excel. Many times that gets me to look at Excel from a different perspective and helps me improve my materials. And also, I'm just happy to help. It usually doesn't take me very long to answer questions that people send to me in that fashion. In any case, let's go ahead and get our first polling question out of the way. And I always like to get a sense of what version of Excel you are using. If you're using Excel 2016, 2013, 2010, or Excel 2000, kind of across the board there, we are going to find that there are some definite improvements for charts when you're using Excel 2013 and later. So usually my presentations are pretty universal across the 4 versions of Excel. Just by the Excel evolving, there are going to be some things that are going to be different in Excel 2013 and later versus those older versions, but I will kind of work back and forth between those versions, and so that hopefully have something for everyone today. Just a bit of background. In general, with my presentations, I do try to accommodate everyone. It does get a little bit trickier with charts where there's been such a change in how the user interface looks. But we will be able to create mostly the same types of charts across the different versions of Excel. If there is anything I talk about today that can't be done in one of those older versions of Excel, then I'll be sure to let you know so you're not trying to find something that isn't possible in those old versions. If you've not attended one of my presentations before, I do cover everything at least twice. I first walk you through it in the PowerPoint slides, which have numbered steps, and then I'll go over to Excel 2016, or in some cases today, Excel 2010, just to carry out techniques so we can kind of see how we do things across those different versions of Excel. We can see in that GoToWebinar panel that you can download a PDF of the presentation alongside the example workbook that has most of the examples that I'll be teaching from. There's also 2 JPEG images there. Those are one of the things I'm going to show you is how you can incorporate clip art into charts if you wish. And so those JPEGs, you could use those if you wish to follow along with that particular procedure. So to begin, let's start at the beginning, and let's assume that you've never created a chart in Excel, just in case that you are brand new to Excel. So what that would look like is the first step we would do is click on any cell within our data. Notice I don't need to highlight the data. I can just click on a single cell and Excel will figure out where the data is. step 2, I'm going to go to the Insert menu, and then step 3, I'm going to choose from the various chart types.